What if Deku ate the Flare Flare fruit? Part 3. Uh, if I make this video any longer than fucking 15 minutes, I'm gonna have to cut it up into 2 parts. Fucking A. Okay. So I last left off where they just chose the teams for the hero versus villains. It is Momo and Deku versus Katsuki Bakugo and Shoto Todoroki. Okay, so Deku's still smart. He has all his notes on heroes because he just didn't become a musclehead and things like that. He just didn't become overflowed with power and just be like, oh fuck you guys, don't need this school. No, Deku still learns, so he still has all that strategy in his head. And since him and Momo are both really smart when it comes to strategy, and Deku's smarter than he is in canon, because he had to think of ways to use his quirk against other people's quirks, or quote unquote quirks. And so him and Momo are coming up with a plan. And so Deku's like, knowing Bakugo, he's probably gonna come straight forward, trying to attack us. So let's go around the back to the back entrance. And if there's not a back entrance, I'll melt the wall so we can enter in. And if Bakugo finds us, I'll take care of him. And you'll just go scope out the bomb. And what's it called again? Momo makes herself what's it called again? A coat, because she was in the recommendation with Todoroki, so she knows he doesn't use his fire and only his ice. So she tells Deku about that, and so Deku's like, and they're like, oh, we gotta be careful. He might freeze parts of this building. Little they know, he's gonna freeze the entire building. And as soon as the thing starts, they're running around the side, and they see the entire building start getting frozen. And they're both like, oh, I didn't expect him to freeze the entire building. So, and Bakugo's like, where is this fucking loser, this weak loser, Sheka? Beat him up for getting first place and beating me in the fucking quirk assessment test. So they're in the back. Deku melts one of the windows, and they both go into there. And Deku kinda just do I got a picture of it? He's kind of walking around like this, melting the ice in his path. So yeah, he's doing all of that. And they find out the bomb is on the top floor. Because since Ida's not with them, they didn't think to put on the second top. Just in case. So, they're all, him and Momo find the stairs. They're going up to the top floor because they found that out. Because I'm going to say Momo made a few drones and scoped out through the windows, and she saw the bomb in Todoroki through the window. And shit like that. And so they're going to the bomb. And Deku kicks the door open. And I want to say, like, Todoroki's very intrigued with Deku because he has a fire quirk that seems stronger than Endeavor's. So Shoto's like, is he my father's secret love child? Because, Shoto's about them conspiracy theories. And Deku's walking in like this, so when he walks in, all the ice is melting. and Todoroki just shoots ice at him like a ice wall that's as big as the room. Like, and Deku for real. Oh wait, but that's the video. That's my old other videos that I had to cut up into pieces. Yeah, so Deku just does this, a fire pistol. No, he does this. I don't know what to call this though. I'm gonna call it that, the fire wave. He does that, and it just melts like way more than half the ice, and it melts through it so much that it hits Todoroki and hits him back to the wall. So Todoroki gets like a little burn mark in the shape of like an X, and he's kind of shocked because it actually burnt him. And remember, Todoroki body is built for fire and cold, so he's shocked that that fire actually burnt him. And while Momo is setting up traps around the bomb for when Bakugo comes. So Momo has like tripwires like in the middle of the thing because she knows Bakugo like likes to float around with his explosions looking like he's flying. So he has tripwires that like are equipped with smoke grenades, flashbangs and things like that. And one of them has a bomb. Bakugo trips over that one, and both of them hear it. So Deku's like, I gotta finish this up quick so I can deal with Bakugo. So Deku just goes full on fire mode. Do I have a picture of it? No, I don't think so. No, I don't have a picture of it. Okay, so like Deku just does a fire fist, and he controls the fire so it hits everything in the room except for the bomb, and he knocks Todoroki out clean. And Bakugo is getting really annoyed with all these traps, so he's making big explosions, like shooting them off before he gets in his way, and he's making a lot of commotion, so Deku goes straight to him, and Deku does a fire fist destroying all the traps, and Momo's like, why'd you do that? And he's like, they'll get in my way if they're still here. And let's say that Bakugo hit Momo into like across the room, knocking her out, because Momo wasn't expecting that to happen because she was talking with Deku, and she gets knocked out. And Bakugo and Deku are fighting hand in hand because Bakugo is up close and he kind of uses explosions to maneuver, but Deku keeps manipulating the blast from the explosion to hit him too. And Bakugo's really annoyed, so he just kind of going like arms flailing. And remember, Bakugo don't got a specific fighting style, so he just like throwing his arms wherever. And I'm gonna say Deku trained in a few martial arts and things like that, so he has a proficient fighting style. So Bakugo goes for a right hook, Deku dodges it, and hits him with a left hook. So he fakes him out, like goes for a right hand, stops right before it hits him, and hits him in the jaw with his left hand. And Deku is bodying Bakugo, like he's hitting him with like the little gut kicks and things like that. And at a certain point, Bakugo gets annoyed and sees his gauntlet starts flashing. And he says, and he just pulls the pin and sees the big old explosion. And Deku does some like fucking firebender shit. and like makes the explosion take a big old U-turn and goes right back at Bakugo. But Bakugo managed to dodge it. But Bakugo thinks Deku just threw a stronger attack. So he pulls his other gauntlet pin again. And All Might's like, stop, you're gonna destroy the building and might hurt someone. Young Todoroki and Momo are still knocked out. And Bakugo's like, if they survive, they survive. And he pulls his pin and yells at Deku, die! And Deku just yells, Fire Fist! And All Might already knows how strong Deku is, so he wasn't worried about Deku, he was more worried about the other students and Bakugo. And Deku like makes his Fire Fist like very concentrated, so it just completely overtakes a Bakugo's explosion, knocking Bakugo out. And Deku's like, I'm not gonna use capture tape on them, I'm just gonna touch the bomb to get him a bit more annoyed. So all you hear is Hero Team wins and all of that. And Momo and Todoroki and Bakugo all go to Recovery Girl. Momo, no, not Momo. Momo only got blasted away and got knocked out. So she wakes up at the end because of all the commotion. And she sees Deku's last attack, so she's like, I didn't know he was that strong. Something like that. And so Momo kind of gets a crush on Deku. Because she sees that big dick energy. And she's like, just because I'm rich don't mean I don't have good taste in dick. Fucking, why did I say that? So all of that happens. Like, All Might and the rest of the class give their feedback on who's the MVP, things like that. And everyone's like dumbfounded on how strong Deku is. All the girls kind of want him, but he doesn't really care. Yet, don't worry, it's not going to be a fucking harem. I hate those. I either go one female or two female for this. What if? I don't know. So that all happens. So now the USJ event, they're all on the bus. Everyone's talking about their quirk and things like that. And everyone's explaining, and like it goes to Froppy, like she explains how her quirk is basically gives her all the abilities of a frog. And then they go to Deku and they're like, oh, what's your quirk, Midoriya? And Deku's like, oh, my quirk? I'm just gonna call it Fire Fist. Because he named it himself after one of his attacks. Because he uses that more than anything, and it's just probably his strongest attack. And let me know, like, for names, like, if you want in the comments. I don't fucking care. And they're like, oh, why is that name? And he's like, because why not? And he's explaining, like, how he's able to turn his body into fire and manipulate fire, and he explains all of it. And he says there's only one drawback to my power, is that it takes away my ability to swim. And everyone's like, that's a weird drawback, but I guess. But yeah, that should still be a thing. Because imagine, like, if fucking my man Deku just was underwater and just evaporated all the water with one big ol' fire blast from his body. That'd be too OP, so yeah, the water is still his drawback. But only seawater are, like, big bodies of water. Like, if it's like a hot tub and things like that, nah, it's not gonna affect him. Because that's like How would he take a shower? Is my man just gonna fucking collapse when he turns the fucking sink on? No. Only big bodies of water like a big pool. Like you only be in the shallow end of a pool because you can't swim. And so they're about to enter the USJ, and I'm gonna leave this what if off there. Oh, and I just want you guys to know, I might restart the what if Deku is the reincarnation of Sun Wukong, because I'm not too happy with that what if. I kind of feel like it was a very rough start.